Hello Group 1, welcome to MH Tarot and to your reading. I'm so glad to have you here. Let's just get into your reading right away because I'm already picking up on some specifics for you, because what I'm getting is that your situation could be involving some type of distance. Either distance in location, but it could also be distance when it comes to time, that there could have been some delays or some things that you've been waiting for and that hasn't quite showed up. But it could absolutely also be something about location and the distance in that. So let's look into your situation a little bit more in depth just to see what this is all about. You know, it could also be actually that distance or something not happening, and that's why there's a distance in time, in the time aspect of things. That could also be something that could be needed for some of you actually. So let's see. We have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, there is definitely a timing aspect of your reading with the Four of Pentacles. There's like a need for safety and stability. And then you got the Three of Pentacles with the Page of Wands underneath the deck. So it's like you've been waiting for something to mature or to become refined also. You could have been working on something or applying for something because you wanted to get away from something else, and you made the assessment that to be able to get away from what is going on, from a certain situation or a certain space, you understood that there's something you need to work on or refine within yourself or within a skill that you have. And you've been doing that. And you've been doing that to help yourself out. You've been doing that to make sure that you get a certain result. And it seems to be something in your foundation that you want to rebuild or reshape with the focus on stability and safety. It's like you just want to know that things will work out well for you, that things will work out for you. And they will. But you've also truly understood something great about your situation when you looked into that and saw, like, there are some things I need to work on. There are some things I need to refine. And that is, I would say, like the perfect way to look at your situation, understanding your situation, but also like getting closer to your situation, because there could have been also a distance between you and your situation where you're like maybe scared of approaching your situation because of how scary your situation could be, how unsafe your situation could be making you, or could be having that type of impact on you, and you could have created a distance between you and your situation. And you know, even that carries some wisdom to it. But I also see that either you've already discovered it, that there's something that needs refinement or working on, or that is something that you will get to that conclusion soon, and that will be part of you reaching a closeness to your situation, but also coming to very important conclusions of how to go about your situation. But there is an ending, there is safety and stability coming, and through that process you will also have refined yourself, refined a skill set that you have, or some sort of like could also be like a handcraft, some sort, I'm getting like Saraswati type of energies, of mastery. Could also be self-mastery for some of you. Let's look into what astrological influences are present in your reading. Okay, we got Libra, Aries, and Mercury. Let's put them out there. So your Mercury could be in your Libra or Aries. If I'm not mistaken, Aries and Libra are also, how do you say that in English? Like opposing each other or opposites of each other when it comes to like North Node, South Node. So you could have Aries or Libra as your South Node or North Node, but you could actually just have like some sort of almost North Node activation. It's like your cosmic destiny is awakening inside of you. That could be going on right now, could be something that is triggered within you because of the difficulty of the situation. You know how a difficult situation can actually start to trigger things that are connected to our purpose, to the question why, and to answer that. So the general message for all of you when it comes to the astrological influences is that you could actually have some sort of North Node activation going on right now. It's like you're being put on track, also being not lured into that, but how things can be aligning themselves in a way to make sure that you will get aligned also with something that you will want to do, something that you will want to create. And so what I'm getting for you is actually that there could be a situation going on right now that seems to be all about that specific situation, but it also seems to be like a greater thing going on, more than meets the eye. So that is also something that you can tap into to like find out how this situation is actually pointing towards something much bigger, much greater also for you. And we got the forest, yeah. It's like you need to know that being lost doesn't mean that you're gone forever. Okay? Like, even though you can feel like you're lost in the forest and you could be at a timing in the forest where it's also dark, so it's doubly scary. You could be actually going through like two things at the same time, or many things at the same time, that is just like very triggering and could also be fear inducing. But there is a bigger picture to what is going on that is also connected to activating within you the question, or the answer to the question why, the big question why. But there's also like, there's still things to discover for you when it comes to your greatness by being like quote unquote lost or not knowing where you're going, that there's some sort of greatness, or even like that could be the skill set that you're supposed to master also, to learn how to find your way home to you, right? You are your biggest, most beautiful, most stable home. And there's like there could be, for some of you also, with Forest coming underneath the Four of Pentacles, there could be some instability going on with your home or housing or where you live, or even who you live with. There could be some like shaky energies going on. Then know that even through that type of forest, you can develop the mastery to get yourself through it and out of it. That this, what you're going through right now, is truly temporary, and you will go through it. You will find your way through it to the other side. That's why these beautiful rainbow colors that makes out the sky in this picture is like right after the forest, but also like covering the top of the forest. That maybe you need to look up a little bit more than down, because that was also part of your message, that what is going on right now is more than meets the eye. So maybe like deal with reality the way that reality shows up. You can deal with it without necessarily believing in what reality is trying to maybe tell you, or about what you're worth, or what experiences you can have, you know. Deal with it, but don't believe the illusions of it. And we got success. So I guess we're stepping into the part of your reading that has to do like with potential outcomes. So let's look into that. Okay. And we got another tree together with the forest. So success says, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. And this card is card number 12. And on the card it says, if you're in need of a lesson, there is wisdom in the trees. And then it says spirit of the tree, nature, priestess, inner peace. And you know this thing, how this card is actually pointing towards the wisdom in the trees. It is talking about the success that you can find in your situation right now, because of the greater energy surrounding you, because of the bigger picture that is also present for you than the things that you can actually see with your literal eyes. That there is some magic in there. There's like some, again, I'm getting like refinement, like an upgrade, leveling up when it comes to how to do a certain thing. And that could be the thing that is connected to success also. So no wonder that even though you can feel like you're lost, or that the path you're on is quite dark and not showing you anything, not even how to move, but because of this skill set or gift of yours that you will or already have figured out, that like this is what I need to solve my situation, this is what I always needed, what I've longed to understand, like that is your key out of it. So that is also why the message for you is that in your situation right now, even before it has transformed even before you're out of the woods, there is magic for you, because this skill set or gift that you have, you already have it. It's already available for you. So there's still a lot of hope available for you in your situation. Let's keep looking into the potential outcome of this. But there is definitely something that you will take with you from this situation that will connect you to a sort of success that has to do with something that you're good at or will be good at. That is also why I'm getting like Saraswati energy for this group. Okay. You got the Five of Wands. Yeah, training. Becoming very, very skilled at something. The King of Swords. The Five of Cups. The Magician. And the Three of Cups. It's like how the Three of Pentacles are aligning with the Three of Cups is telling you that the work you're putting into at becoming good or great even at something, that is something that will work out in your favor. That is something that will get you to a certain point where you can actually celebrate what you've learned, what you've refined when it comes to a gift or a skill set that you have. And underneath the deck, we have the Ten of Swords again. So because this is the second time it has appeared, it's really telling me that this will soon happen. You know, you're in the last, you've entered the boxing ring for the last round. The big relief is something that you will soon experience. But yeah, so let's look into the potential outcome, because it truly seems to be a certain creation. Could even be used by, if it aligns with you, like words like manifestation, by bringing something that has been like an idea or something like in the ether of things down to reality, down to your physical reality, the material world. And there could have been like this is something that you could have had, like the gift. I'm not getting like it's a potential that you have, because I think it's something that is already blossomed in your life, something that you've already discovered. You are accustomed to it. You've had it in your hands, so to say, and you've gotten to know it. You felt it in your hands. But there is also some sort of disappointment connected to it, of maybe failure or what is considered to be failure. There could also be some, because I was getting like delays or detours, you know, some type of distance. Maybe that it has also been like you not having time, enough time or energy to work on refining things or leveling your skill set up a level. So there's definitely been some disappointment, some even like turning your life upside down in some sort of way. But you're being asked to stay cool about it, you know, because you still have the ability to create this, to turn things around with the Ten of Swords coming through twice for you, and to move towards this, move from the situation you're in right now that can be likened with being lost in the forest, and you want to feel safe and stable, but you also want to go towards something that is a bigger. I was about to say better, so maybe there's something in your life where you just know will become better when this thing comes into your life. very much like something you want to create, something you want to make happen at least. And the advice for you is to like keep your eyesight very far down the road. This is a process. This isn't something that will happen overnight, but what does? What happens overnight like that? So what is happening to you could still be very successful, very beautiful, and could put you in a position with the Five of Wands and Three of Cups where you are easily in the like top 5, top 3, or you stand out. And that could happen even if it's not an overnight success, or there has been detours or delays also connected to this. And as I said, even if it is something that you want to create, it could still be something like self-mastery, something that you want to create on your inside also. But even then, like, keep your eyes set on the bigger picture and keep your eyes set like far down the road, that like this is a marathon, not a sprint type of energy. But the outcome is that you will be able to create it. And because I love how the Magician is standing next to the 2 cups of the 5 of Cups that are standing up. So that opportunity that you will have, it will come your way. And it's like celebratory energy standing out. But you need to be cool and smart about how to go about it so that you don't, like in an unnecessary way, get lost. And you got red rose, courage, be brave, be strong, believe. When you're like in the last round of fighting for what you believe and fighting for what it is that you want, like that could be the most crucial phase where your belief system plays a crucial role in how things play out. And it could also be because of how dark your situation could be or how lost you feel that you are. That is also why be brave, be strong is coming through that. Like, just push through this phase. You will get to the other side of the forest. And we have Bluebell with gratitude. Be thankful for what is good now. Yeah, we talked about it, how you are already surrounded by magic and success because this skill set or this mastery, self-mastery that you have, it is already available for you right now. That is something you can already tap into, have in your hand. You can already use it to create certain things in your life to see it happen. So there are things happening for you right here and right now that you can be very grateful for. And all of those things are also things that will just multiply and become bigger and like more of. But that is something that is already available for you. Okay, group 1, I will end your reading. And thank you so much for spending this time with me. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello group 2, welcome to MH Tarot and to your reading. I'm so glad to have you here. Let's get into your reading and find out what is going on with your situation, what will be the potential outcome of your situation, and hopefully this reading will be a clarifier for you and maybe like a helping hand for you. So let's take a look. We have Temperance, Ace of Wands, and the Three of Swords. Underneath the deck there is the Six of Wands. Okay, this is very interesting. Give me a couple of seconds to just tap into this. There's like some sort of contradictory energies coming through for you, so I just need to tap into this. Is there like a certain situation that is actually quite good that you could almost be missing out on? There could be certain, I'm getting like a lot of things here, but there could be certain expectations that you have that could make you like almost miss a situation or undermine a situation or not see the true value of a situation because maybe you were expecting something else or wanting something else, and then something completely different showed up and you're like, but this isn't what I wanted, this isn't what I tried to make happen. And you could actually be missing out on something quite amazing and quite big. This was very, very specific. Let's see if, so usually when a message is that specific, it doesn't suit everyone in this reading. So let's see if I can pick up on more messages for more of this group, but I'm still getting like the main message could be that you're trying to avoid a situation, but instead you could actually be going right towards it, or that situation that you're trying to avoid is the situation that you're actually creating instead. You know how things can almost become like self-fulfilling prophecies? It could have to do with like a certain level of, you know the saying like sometimes you can be too smart for your own good? You know, sometimes we say that to children, like, oh, they're too smart for their own good or something like that. You know, that could be what is going on right now, that because you could actually be on a very high level, you could have reached certain levels in life, and that could make you picky or expect certain outcomes or certain results or certain levels to meet you. And maybe you have, and that's why you know that that is something that can happen and something that can meet you. But I'm getting that at least in this specific situation, you could actually be a little bit like misinterpreting the truth or the reality, that you're thinking that something is not good enough, but it actually is. But you could also be trying to avoid having a certain result or a certain outcome because you want to avoid it, but instead you could be right now actually making certain decisions that will eventually get you that result that you don't want. Let's look into what astrological influences are available for this group. Yeah, we got Scorpio. We got Scorpio, double Scorpio with Venus. So you could quite literally have Venus in Scorpio, but Scorpio could also be like one of the big threes because it came out twice. You could have Scorpio in your first house. Scorpio could also be like your south node, actually. Okay, so very specific message is now coming for some of you, that this could be connected to a romantic connection, or you wanting to create a romantic connection. This could also be connections overall when it comes to relationships and other people, and there could be an opportunity or a situation actually coming your way that could be quite amazing, give you an amazing experience of life. So this is like for everyone in this group, even if you don't resonate with connections being this thing that is for you. But there could be an opportunity coming your way that could actually give you a lovely experience of life. But because of certain high standards that you have and that you've used prior in your life and maybe worked out well for you, you know, there's no judgment here, but there's like, you need to know when to use that and when to not use that. And regarding this situation, you could actually lose a very, I'm getting almost like once in a lifetime type of situation if you don't learn how to regulate certain levels that you have inside of you. Because I'm getting like for this group, there is something amazing that is, oh, do you hear like the what's it called? There are bells that just went off like outside my window, like ringing, you know, happy tunes. And I'm just getting like, that is what, and that happened exactly when I said like, there's an amazing opportunity coming your way. For some of you, it has already entered your life. And you need to thread carefully, maybe even in a new way. Maybe you've used your certain way of dealing with life before and it worked out great for you. But now it's like if you use that same model, you could actually lose something great instead. So you need to truly tap into yourself, to the softer side of yourself. Because I feel like you've already gotten things in place when it comes to like high level of things, and maybe tap into the more softer aspects of you to know how to thread. Is that the word, or tread? Maybe it is. So that this thing actually can come into your life, because it's like this thing won't show itself in its, you know, full glory before it actually has the opportunity to enter your life and be for a while in your life. That is when it will be like, you know, blossoming, opening up, showing everything to you, who or what this thing is. That is when you will be able to truly understand that, oh my God, like I was close to dismiss this thing, and then it turned out to be like the best thing that has happened to me in years. Okay, let's keep going. Keep moving on in your reading. Ooh. Okay, you got, how many are there? There are a lot of them. I'll show you them, but I won't use them. But you got the ring, speaking of commitment, the sword, speaking of decision, and the desert, of how things can actually turn out to be in a way that you didn't expect them to be. And they're actually very suitable for this reading, but I'm still only gonna pick one, so I'm gonna shuffle them again. And you got the mountain. Yeah, okay. This is exactly what I was talking about. You know, you could be a person that knows how to reach the top, you know, the highest levels. But for this situation, for this thing, this opportunity that is coming, it won't require that aspect of you. It will actually require of you to enter the center of you more than the heights of you, okay? To go into like your heart space, the softness, the calmness also, and much more like tap into the humanness of you more than the like, oh, what do you call it? Like over out of this world type of qualities that you could be experiencing, be having, be living. But it's like this thing is coming to also show you another type of being, living, having. And it's like there's an easiness to this that will make you not question the way you've done things before, because if you've reached high levels of certain aspects of life, that is so valuable. But it's like, you know, it's always good to learn many things in life, right? Like if you've mastered one thing, then you can always move on to master other things. And it's like that is what is going on here. And that is quite interesting. Okay. You know, I keep thinking that you got, I keep thinking about the desert card that you got that got flipped out of the deck, because that made me think of how at first glance, a desert can be seen as something that carries no life whatsoever to it. At first glance, you can make the wrong assumption of a desert. And then when you actually talk to people that have been there, lived there, like certain nomad groups, and they can tell you how much life is actually present there. So that just gives me again the message for you that there could be like preconceived assumptions that are going on, or that you're looking at a situation or a person or an opportunity and thinking lesser of it than it actually, like it has a big potential, and when you look at it you're like, oh, it's nothing, but it actually needs a lot of your attention, a lot of your affection, a lot of your engagement before you start to find out what it truly is. It's like the desert, you know, you really need to spend time there, even if that would be like a brand new experience, but to truly understand that it's not as barren as you think it to be at a first glance. So you got success. If you feel drawn to pile one, definitely check that out, okay? There's definitely a message for you there. This card says, I know that there is no greater goal than to love. Again, focus on your heart much more than your head or your knowing or your previous experiences of how you got things that you wanted. That was great, but this is another type of situation that requires other way of dealing with it. And we have card number 18, don't worry, darling, you'll find your way. Again, there's something about pile 1 coming through for you. The red rose, overcoming obstacles, finding joy, carefree. This requires your time and your attention. It's like there is no way for you from previous experiences to know what this thing is or the capacity or potential this thing truly carries. This thing, for you to be able to experience the success of a new experience, maybe even a once in a lifetime experience, it will need you to stay with it, to allow it to enter and to stay with it, and to truly just give it time to grow, blossom, show itself. This could be like a soulmate type of thing, even if it's not a person. It could still show up like a soulmate, actually. Showing you things that you've maybe even forgotten that you want to see and to experience. It's like there are things that will be awakened within you by doing things in a new way, in a soft way. That will awaken more and more things within you, new aspects of you also, to experience that. You got the Page of Wands. It could be a brand new experience for you, but it could also, demand some things from you that is connected to like letting go of control and allowing life to surprise you and bring things to you. And in a way that maybe you haven't done before, like maybe you've learned how to surrender and how to flow, but this is like on another level of it. Because we were speaking about the desert, like I almost regret not taking out that card for you, but how the desert is not what you could think it to be at first glance. And the same concept is attached to the Page of Wands, because the staff that the page holds has sprouts coming out of it, out of nowhere. That shouldn't be happening. That should be impossible to happen. And still, that is what the Page of Wands is experiencing. So we're talking about a brand new experience for you. Could be an experience that comes out of nowhere in a way where you're like, I didn't expect something this good come from this, or I didn't expect to find the love of my life on a dating app, something like that. I didn't expect something this beautiful to sprout from this, from like the Page of Wands, a staff she holds in her hand. For you, it will be a certain circumstance or situation in your life that you could be looking at and valuing it as having no potential or no capacity to bring you something that you need. And it will turn out to surprise you. We have the Lovers. Even if, it could absolutely be speaking about, romantic love or relationship and connections, but this still requires of you to make the decision to actually not let go of the staff, to keep holding it so that it gets the time needed to sprout. There is And you got the sword. I so regret not taking out those cards for you. But you got also the sword archetype showing up. The sword archetype truly speaks about decision making that shifts your reality. You'll have to make the decision to allow this thing into your life to happen, even though when you look at it, you're like, but it's just a staff. It doesn't have anything. Like nothing can grow from it. But you need to give it time, and it will. Things will grow from it. The Two of Cups. Oh my God. I wouldn't be surprised if the majority of you, this is actually talking about connections, friendships, romantic partners, could be existing partners, existing relationships. Maybe a person in your life will go through a major shift and just show you the person that has been maybe like trapped inside of it, not had the opportunity to come out and blossom, sprout, and then it will show you like, look at me now. And you'll be like, yeah, cheers. I've always seen that in you, right? The Three of Pentacles. And the Eight of Wands. This could come through in an unexpected, and you got the King of Wands underneath the deck. This could come through in an unexpected way when it comes to like the way it will enter or the way that it will happen, so that it could be like some sort of communication. It could also be in a place or in a space that you're like, no way. This place, this space cannot bring forward something this beautiful. And look at how both these characters that found their true soulmate, it can also be a thing, right? A soulmate can be like a job or a project or something like that. But how they're looking at this, like, yeah, that is where we found each other, in this soil, in this space, in this place. But there could be like a surprising sort of communication also coming your way. I'm just getting like, yeah, you will be surprised. If you allow life to surprise you with this, you will have the biggest surprise of your life. Again, there's something about pile one just following this group. You got Red Rose, courage, be brave, be strong, believe. For you, it's believe. For pile one, it was be brave, be strong, but for you, it is believe. Like when you look at the desert, believe that there is more than meets the eye. That is the main message for this group. Oh my God, you got the same two cards. Okay, as group one. Bluebell, gratitude, be thankful for what is good now. I'm just getting that for you. This is speaking about a timing because it came with the Eight of Wands. So this could be happening like either very soon or the first next fire sign that will be the month from whenever you're watching this reading. Okay, group two, I will end your reading here. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope this reading was helpful, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, group three. Welcome to MH Tarot and to your reading. I'm so glad to have you here. Let's just get into your reading and see what is going on in your life right now. Also, what potential outcomes could be available for you. So let's look into that. Okay, you got the Ten of Swords. You got the Six of Pentacles. Okay. I'm just getting like there's something you've been praying about. And you got the Ten of Swords again. I actually, because I love them both, I kept both of them in this deck, and I find it so interesting when the same card. I do that in some decks, that when they have more than one option, if I feel drawn to that, I will keep them both actually. So that's what I did with this deck. Oh my god, like, you're in need of something almost like in an acute way. There's like a shift that has to do with release, you know, relief, but also release of tension, sorrow. And it's like, for some of you, I'm getting like now or never type of energies of like, if this doesn't happen, I don't know how to hold on to my hope. I don't know how to hold on to my strength. I don't know how to believe in things if this doesn't happen. You know, it's something that acute. It's like a state of emergency for some of you also. But there's something that you truly need to get into your life, to receive. This is like, this almost goes beyond praying. This is so specific and so, what's the word? I can't think of it right now, but something you can have in your hands, touch, grab it, feel it, having it, owning it. And you're like, there's so much at stake here I'm getting for you. Let's look into what astrological influences are available for this group. We got Taurus and Virgo. Okay, yeah. So this could truly be like physical needs, and you also got Saturn. So this could be something very physical, material also. But when it comes to the astrological influences, your Saturn could be in Taurus or Virgo. I'm getting like Taurus could be an important timing, or like, what is it now? Like maybe 3-4 months from whenever you're watching this video. So that could be a specific timing for some of you. But yeah, it's something physical, material that you need to receive. Like, your message is so simple, but your message is also filled with like a certain emergency to it. Either that this thing could truly help you out in a material way right now, but it could also be like almost like your hope, your faith depends on this thing happening. Like, there could be something very fragile going on right now also. You got the comic. Wow, okay, this hit me right in the heart, because this is just telling me, like, no wonder there, like, even your faith or what you believe in could be at stake, because it's like you've given it your all, like you've truly just done your best in the situation to to give this situation the qualities you have that can help the situation out. You've given it the skill set available for you. You've tried to work with life when life gave you this situation, circumstance, and you're like, I'm gonna meet it where it is, but I just hope that this won't be forever, but I'm gonna do my best with it, and I just hope that this situation doesn't misinterpret my engagement with it as a welcome or as a please stay, because it's not. And you know what? It's not. You got the Ten of Swords twice. This is a temporary situation. This is a situation that will end soon. And just know that the way you're dealing with it, even though it could be an emergency, quite like acute, the parts of you that are connected to happiness and love will be untouched by it. Okay, you won't be changed by what is going on, what has been happening, because there seems to be that there's something lacking in your life. That is why the need for this to happen, to enter, is so big, because maybe there's not even 1% of this in your life. And maybe even like 1% would make such a huge difference. But it's like you're safe. That is the message. You are safe. The parts of you that are soft, that carries your faith, they will survive this. They will get through this. Oh, look at this. You got freedom, and it just flipped out of the deck for you to tell you that with the Ten of Swords that you will be free from this situation, and you will be given what it is that you need, but that you for now lack and don't have. You got card number 36, and this says, could you surrender just a bit more? And it also says the seeker, all-seeing eye, spirit, release. And that we've been talking about that relief or release that is coming for you, where you will be freed from the situation you're in. But there's also, I feel like, because of 36 becoming a 9, that we're talking about like the last phase. You're in the last phase with the Ten of Swords representing the last phase of what is going on. It's almost like you're so close to things changing that you, with the all-seeing eye, the third eye, just like pushing out all of the magic, or maybe even like receiving the magic, even though she's crying. You could see what is coming your way, but maybe it's not visible with your seeing eyes. Maybe it is the magic part of you that can see and understand what is coming for you, that is on its way. But it definitely is connected to freedom. First and foremost, it is freedom from the situation you're in, right? But there's also like where you're headed is another sort of freedom. You know how freedom can both be freeing you from a difficult situation, but freedom could also be a state of living that has nothing to do with freeing you from a bad situation, but actually that is just how you exist. That is also where you're heading towards. So it's like a doubly freedom, but you will experience it first by being freed from the situation you're in. You got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, that is why you got the message, can you surrender just a bit more? Because right now you could feel like the shift or the release and the relief is far away. That is why you're getting, can you surrender just a bit more? And that is also connected to you being able to, even though you can't see it with your physical eyes, but if you surrender, you will also be able to know with your inner knowing, with your magical eye, to know that your situation isn't stuck. Your situation will change, and you will know it on such a deep level that you will believe in it, and that will help you to surrender even more. The Six of Cups. Okay. You got the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Cups. Look at the Ten of Wands being this burdensome energy surrounded by rose quartz in both these cards of love. And we got the Queen of Wands. Yeah, things will definitely start going for you, start happening for you, but it's like you can choose to not tap into it right now and then later on be surprised and be pleasantly surprised, but you can also choose to right now tap into the reality that is not available for your physical eyes, and that will also help you shift the situation you're in, or at least the perspective of your situation. And we got the Two of Cups, even more rose quartz for you underneath the deck. Okay, you got Ten of Swords twice, Ten of Wands also showing up to show you that even though you feel like you're stuck and maybe that your situation will never change with how slow things are going and happening, but the big release is coming for you. It is happening. And actually with the Queen of Cups and the Six of Cups, it is telling me that there are aspects of this that will happen for you in ways that are much easier than you're expecting them to be. This is also telling me that you will get out of your situation as unfazed as possible. Because with the rainbow and the star, there's like, even if your faith and what you believe in, the beautiful things that maybe you've always believed in, but because of this situation, it has been hard to believe, that will be restored, you know? You will find the treasure that is on the end of the rainbow. You will reach the star and touch it. You will be able to follow your northern star and be guided towards safety and happiness and feeling fulfilled again. Whatever it is that you have lost during this process, it will be restored. But there's a big, like, underlining the message that even if it is not possible for you to see it now, this will happen. The shift will happen for you with all of the tens, also a 9 that came through for you. You are in the last phase, and that phase will take you forward towards, there is also like a transformation for you, but I'm getting that even though that is like a big thing, part of your future, that is also something that is available for you now if you choose it, if you want it. Like that will, it will happen either way. But to help you out, that is also something that is available for you now. But what will shift the most in your situation, it is the standstill, and it is the, you know, that thing of like things just not happening, not moving, not like the energy just feel and seem stuck. That is also one of the greatest experiences that you will have in this process. And you got everlasting daisy, fortitude. Be brave and dig deep. Oh, what is this? Wait, I'm just getting something. I'm just getting that there is something quite amazing and something that you will love very much, that is part of your future, that you're heading towards, and that could be getting this thing that you don't have right now, but it is connected to your past in some way. It's almost like if you would dare to believe again, your inner being would show you this thing, but you could have letting go of it because of maybe how painful it was to not have it. But it's like it's available for you right now, that you can see it, touch it almost, even though you don't have it right now. Like, dig deep. And we have a Mexican marigold with renewal. I'm just getting like that is such a big thing that this group needs, with release and relief, also renewal. And it says time to begin again, stronger, better. That is also like, you want this thing to end, of course you do, and you want to have this renewal, and for something like for the time to just begin again, like to just the reset button, to be able to push that, and like, can we all just stop this nonsense and push the reset button and like, okay, now we can start all over again. Like, I don't know what was going on, that was so messed up, I don't want to go through that again, but I know I did my best, and there's something at the end of the rainbow for me. This treasure is now available for me. You will be restored. Whatever it is that you lost during this process, it will be restored for you. You will go through a major transformation that is available for you now. But I'm also getting, by you getting unstuck, by your situation, to have the energy surrounding it, like, get going. That is also, that experience is something that will help transform you, and you will experience this renewal in your life. Okay, group 3, I will end your reading here. Thank you so much for spending this time with me, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye.